July 7, 2021. 23-year-old Chandler Halderson reports his parents, Bart and Krista, missing. He says they left on July 2 for their cabin in White Lake, Wisconsin, for the 4th of July and were supposed to return by Monday, but it's now Wednesday and there's no sign of them. Their phones go straight to voicemail, which he claims is normal due to poor service. But his girlfriend, Catherine, tells police this is out of character. Both parents have missed work, and Krista could lose her job. Then Chandler adds something strange. He says they were picked up by friends early that morning. Friends he doesn't even know. Now investigators realize something isn't right. What investigators don't realize is that Chandler knows far more than he's saying, something that will become clearer as the case unfolds. For now, officers head to the family cabin to search for answers. Meanwhile, Chandler spends the day speaking to local news, trying to spread awareness and hoping someone might come forward.
They're important. Like, I hang out with them, we play Mario Kart. His mom makes the Toad sound every time she selects Toad. No, Yoshi. The Yoshi sound. That's exactly how she does it. Lose every time, but I don't know. I just don't understand how to cut it. Being worried.
Officers check the nearby boat shed. All three of the family's boats are still there. At this point, one thing becomes clear. Bart and Krista never made it to the cabin. So investigators shift their focus back to the last place they were seen, their home. At first, everything looks normal. But then small details start to stand out. A glass pane is missing from the fireplace. Parts of the house look unusually clean, like they've been recently scrubbed. Sections of the kitchen floor and cabinets are missing. Something Chandler says is due to renovations. Then comes the real discovery. Using luminol, investigators uncover large amounts of bloodstains throughout the house. Especially in the basement. Stains that had been carefully cleaned. This raises a major red flag. If something happened at the cabin, why is there blood inside the house? And the only person who might have answers is Chandler. He was the last known person to see his parents. So on July 8th, less than 24 hours after the report, Chandler is brought in for questioning. He's been cooperative so far, and detectives expect that to continue. But once he's left alone in the interrogation room, CCTV captures him doing something very strange.
House said something's happened, and while we were leaving, people were going inside. Is there a warrant for my house?
It almost looks like Chandler is trying to listen in on the detectives outside the room. Maybe it's just curiosity, wanting to know if they've found anything. But if that's the case, he could simply ask. And when detectives return, he does exactly that, asking about officers searching his home. That question immediately raises suspicion. Investigators haven't told him what they found yet. So how does he know there's something to ask about? Still, they don't push too hard. The last thing they want is for Chandler to shut down and ask for a lawyer. Instead, they let him talk. And Chandler is ready. He gives what sounds like a reasonable explanation for the broken fireplace glass, then moves on to explain the bloodstains found in the house. At the same time, his girlfriend Catherine is being interviewed, and she backs up his story. But there's a problem. A small detail in her statement doesn't match what Chandler originally said. And that contradiction.
Honestly, I didn't see, a lot of blood, but probably because it was only a cut on his big toe. Okay.
Could change everything. Chandler claims the blood in the house came from a serious injury, saying it was gushing everywhere. But Catherine tells a different story. She says she didn't see any blood at all. So either she missed something major, or Chandler is exaggerating, or lying. And that's just the beginning. When talking about July 4th, Chandler says he went to his girlfriend's mother's house for dinner.
The
While
stuttering
there,
will go
he
away,
claims
but,
he had a
like,
mental
the
breakdown
numbness was
caused
gonna,
by a
like,
recent
stay,
accident.
You know? Because, like, he hit his head twice. They said, like, the numbness was from, like, a hemorrhage or something. And that's when he talked to his HR and he was like, I had to be honest with them. And
Investigators begin to suspect the unthinkable. Still, Catherine refuses to believe it. To her, Chandler has everything going for him. A bright future, even a job offer from SpaceX, and plans for them to start a life together. But none of that was real. Then everything changes. On a nearby farm, investigators make a horrifying discovery. A dismembered torso wrapped in a tarp. DNA confirms it's Bart. Back at the house, more evidence surfaces. Both parents' phones hidden, shell casings in the basement, and signs of a violent crime. Now detectives confront Chandler. And instantly, he goes silent. As the investigation deepens, the truth comes out. Chandler had been lying about his entire life, his education, his job, even the SpaceX offer. He created fake emails to deceive his parents and maintain a false image. When his father got close to exposing him, Chandler made a decision. On July 2nd, he shot his father.
So can we do that?
Okay, they're okay.
Hours later, when his mother returned home, he killed her too. He then dismembered their bodies, attempted to burn the remains in the fireplace, and later disposed of them in separate locations. In the end, the motive was simple and chilling. He chose murder. Over being exposed as a liar, Chandler was arrested on July 8, 2021. In 2022, he was found guilty on multiple charges, including first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison, without the possibility of parole.